Welcome back to beautiful Desolation, where we want to give the Mapus cake data, the Cake's map data to Othi.
Mark Leslie, you honor us with these gifts. Our memory walker told us what it saw when your name was revealed in the record. I am glad to know the record spoke truth. You helped the Hanasi, and we are in your debt.
It's an honor to be part of the Hanasi story.
A great story it is. Your name shall be in song for many generations.
So how do we get the tether device from the Chizinyama?
We have been trying to gain access to the Chizinyama homeland for some time. I have only one question, which will help in our negotiations.
I'll do anything I can to help end this peacefully.
Do the Chizinyama have any Hanasi working inside their shield?
Yes, they had Hanasi slaves. Addicted to herb, working for the next hit.
Chizinyama dogs to trade the memory of our ancestors to slave labor is an abomination. They will feel the wrath of the Hanasi. They will feel our fire. The Cake's maps show a way into the village, a way to get past their shield. They will burn. You may collect your tether device from the smoldering ruins of the Chizinyama homeland. Take this token to honor us in the arena. You have earned it. Now be gone. We ready ourselves for war.
And we get a Hanasi token. Token for the games, engraved with a blazing skull. So that's our first token we get. So, I assume we're done with this part of the storyline. I mean, yeah, the Chizinyama don't really deserve to be killed, but what they did was so wrong that I had to side with the Hanasi. Then let's go to the Chizinyama homeland to see what has become of it. To the warden. And then to Zuzu. And after that we'll try to go to the Hanging Nexus again in hopes that the map data will now work. Because we were locked out of that for some stupid reason. Oh, that doesn't look good.
At least Uti left us the tether.
And we have the tether device. This is an array component. We need it to complete the game.
They burned the village.
All life in the village has been annihilated. Yeah, I thought so. We can't go back to Cake's controlling anymore, so we can't destroy the drones. Bodies of slain Chizinyama have been piled together. The legs of the tower has been chopped to pieces. This is not really what I like, as the ravaged vessel stands forlorn in the midst of the smoldering village. Yeah, that's not really what I like to be doing. Raising war on some halfway peaceful people. But the problem is, what they were doing is so wrong. Maybe after we've completed one of the story objectives, we can now give these coordinates to him, because we should have been able to all the time. No, we can't talk to it anymore. Do we upload the coordinates into the core down there, perhaps? We had like
What is this?
This one. Input new warden coordinates. New location available, Cayne. Local warden connections, alpha, beta, gamma, delta, epsilon and zeta. Okay. Let's talk to the guy again. Perhaps he will thank us for restoring data. Yes, he will. I could have done this a while ago.
The evidence has been disseminated across the warden plexus. I have enabled warden access at the new endpoint. Now, leave me to hide for the reviled, my friends.
Okay, let's go to the warden. And access Cayne, the last one. There's a boneyard, a Bars launch platform, and the Clemens urn field. I assume we'll also find the biome seeding device somewhere around here. Let's go to the boneyard, which should be this one. The necropolis. Yeah, that's not where you were supposed to go. This looks very dead. Roots and wheat push their way up through the ruined ground towards the sun's light. There are agnates here. Good updated codex entry about the boneyard, I assume. Yeah, looks like standard go-to catacomb design. These coastal succulents are suffused with an eerie light. Little remains of the outer buildings.
Looks like this place took a serious beating.
The tree is brittle and withered. Let's talk to this agnate.
We're delighted to make your acquaintance, Wanderer. Come, Jerry.
Yeah, hi Jerry. I'm Mark.
Oh, how we have longed to meet a traveler. We get bored out here, alone. No ascendancy, just each other. Jeff has been walking in circles for 5 years now. His pathfinding routine is not working. Or perhaps he's on some sort of predefined pathing behavior to avoid using pathfinding. He claims it keeps him busy and out of trouble. Personally, I think he's lost the plot. Jeff, can you please stop for 5 minutes? We have company.
You don't seem like the other agnates we've met.
We're not connected to the Dallas Exchange. We haven't communicated with Ascendancy for a century. We were part of an advanced scouting party for the assault on this region. We didn't receive the schedule update because Jeff was in defrag mode. After arriving in Chiron, we noticed the place was very quiet. Apparently, several nukes had already been deployed to take care of the human problem. Unfortunately, the warden was shut behind us. So, here we are, abandoned.
How did you survive without your connection to the Ascendancy?
Well, see, here's the thing. After a month of idling and keeping as still as possible while awaiting a rescue party, it dawned on us, why do we even need to be connected? The 140 kilobytes of memory we use to gather intel could serve as local storage. No more purging memory. We could even choose and remember our names.
And you went with Jerry?
I like the name Jerry. Makes me feel like a real person. Names can mean a lot when you've never had one. But enough about us. What brings you here?
This like casual mentioning of several nukes have been deployed here to take care of the human problem. Wow.
I have something important to tell you. But first, maybe you can help me out.
Of course, friend, although I don't know what we could possibly help with.
Do you know anything about the Penrose Array?
You're in luck. It just so happens that I was stationed at Array Site Alpha. We guarded the control arm at that base. Apparently it activates something, I don't recall. I suggested at the time that we blow it up, but that sort of proposal is frowned upon in the military.
How would I get in there?
You cannot, unless you are a 3-meter-tall robotic soldier. Although, you might be able to interface with a defragging agnator. Here, take my core cartridge. I'm done with the military. I'd like to pursue a simpler pursuit, like singing. You would need to be very close to interface, literally at the base itself. Goodbye, friend, and good luck. One more luck, Jeff, and then we are leaving.
An Agnate core cartridge, which will help us get into the Agnate base. Good. Let's go into the boneyard
I can hear
pit.
singing.
The wall is broken only by a small gateway. Let's hear the singing. I assume that's another Becker location? No, it isn't. The fountain is crusted with dust and rust. Each of these creatures' ribs is longer than a full-grown man. The twisted remains of a monstrous crustacean litter the boneyard. What's a crustacean? I'm hearing singing too. The stonework has started to wear after many years of neglect.
Graves.
An updated codex entry about the boneyard, I assume? Yeah. The windmill's blades turn steadily in hot breeze. Okay, there's a lot of stuff going on here. The graves stand open, revealing rough, yellowed bones. And we found a bear's skull. What do we need that for? It's hard to tell where the bones end and the tag begins.
It's always pleasant to gaze on fresh eyes and a complete face. I'm old Antiona, a maiden of the boneyard. It has been an age since we spoke to someone new.
Well, I hope I don't disappoint you.
Such a fine and polite young man you are. I bet all the ladies love you. Let me rustle you up some marrow sandwiches.
No, thank
Would
you.
you like some tea?
No thanks. But thank you for the offer. I've met the maidens of the kettle. Are they your sisters?
They may be our sisters by serial number, but they are not our sisters by heart. We left them what seems like ages ago. Maidens were engineered to farm. We farmed for an eternity. Some of us grew tired of farming. We followed Lebanon. They chose to stay with Grave. We have work to do, dear. It's time for you to be off.
Marrow farmers swift through piles of brittle old bones, searching for those still rich in marrow at the core. There's nothing but dust left to worship in this empty church. Beneath the windmill, marrow is finely ground. The vault houses stores of marrow, ground to powder and ready for medicinal use.
Grave? No. You are not Grave. My Fuabu. I'm a Saltox. Now, I only have the bones. The bones are watching us.
I can't hear anything.
Yes, yes. The bones in the ground. They're whispering to me, and they don't like you.
I didn't mean to offend the bones.
They twist in discomfort.
I'm sorry to hear that.
They do not care for your apologies. They've died 1,000,000 times, and they will die 1,000,000 more. You are a stranger here. You do not belong.
I'm Mark Leslie. See? Now we aren't strangers. What's your name?
My name? I don't remember. It's been a long time since I've spoke to anybody. The bones tell me my name is Lebanon, partner to Grave, my forewabu. I came here a very long time ago, left Grave in the kettle. I came to help. All I found was death and decomposing flesh. Now all that remains are whispering bones.
Lebanon. I know who you are. What is this place?
My boneyard.
What are you doing to these graves?
Tending to the dead. My maidens toil endlessly in the harsh soil. They harvest and farm the marrow of the oldest osseous matter.
They form marrow.
In this scorched world, there are no power cell replacements. We use the extracted marrow as a biofuel.
Whose bones are they?
These are the remains of the great people of Bas.
I've been searching for the boss.
Bas was once a great civilization. It stretched from the east coast to the west. The Bas were great academics, and they possessed advanced knowledge of robotics, weapons, and medicine. They said they knew the true nature of the Penrose. They waged a war against the priests of Tribulation and Babel. A war they eventually lost. Listen, the bones rattle in the wind.
Where can I find out more about the boss?
The Bas are long dead, but there is one who could help you. Kush knows everything about the Empire. I have activated him inside the glossolalia. Perhaps the bones are wrong about your destiny. Perhaps not.
Knowledge hologram is online. Okay. You, sir, had a thing that I wanted. Wasn't there another person to talk to when I attempted to go up here before? Yeah, we've been down there. We talked to you, so I thought I saw a talk symbol here. Let's go into the glossolalia. Catacombs.
Oh, smells like our old school library.
I can't see anything in here. Scribe statues. The stone figures have hunched back small heads and long sinewy arms and long fingers. The floor drops away into darkness. Let's go down here first.
Careful, Marky.
A simple
Don't
wooden
fall.
bench strewn with open manuscripts. We need to look into every corner because some of the items are only interactable upon coming close. This is where the hologram was activated. We'll talk to it in a while. Random papers. Tribulation for All, a family guide to divine love with Stuart Feldheimer. Knitting with Pitt Hair by Pascal of Wessling. And the Thokoloshi Stole Granny by Christian Costa Battagello. So I assume these are bakers. This looks and feels like a house of worship, but who's hearing the prayers? Part of the ceiling has fallen in, burying books in the debris. Manly Hygiene Products, a guide to thinking like human scum by Anthony Ryan Petterlin. Septic Tank Engineering by Chelsea Bean. Easter Eggs by Drone6541. And A Passion for Rust by Tim Duffman Duff. Big Metal Booty Kid's Tale. Written by Daniel Hamilton. Grandpa, why do you scream at night? Robotic Lust Unrated XXX. Agnate Monthly and Why I Fell in Love with a Robot. Endless Loop. Teach a human to be confident. Outwitting Organics and Other Vermin. Natural Bust Enlargement for Mechanical Folk. Shelves of thick mooring books, their pages filled with indecipherable symbols. Knitted 100-year war generals. Pillow patterns included. Does God ever speak through kitchen appliances? Reusing graves and other fun activities. How to defend yourself against barst rectal probes. Still stripping after 50 years, a hologram's guide. Eating people is wrong and why we hate mongrels by everything I know about human children I learned from my tractor. A practical guide to dating vegans and cyborgs. Governing lethal behavior. Baby Don't Hurt Me, Farmers Weekly. Contribution. Cooking with friends and then cooking friends. The ancestors killed my family and you are next. How to preserve animals and humans in resin. The Parent's Guide to Preventing Flea Parasites. Impeccable bird feeding, catch and cook. Knotted roots grow up through the ruined stonework. How to live with a human-alien hybrid. Unlocking your bowls with herb. A guide to composting human manure. Caring for your knowledge slave. Interesting, so these are Beckers could put in their little subliminal messages to be heard by everyone.
Surge close by.
Then let's talk to the hologram.
Welcome, Overseer. I am Knowledge Slave Kush. I stand in awe of you, great Bars.
Go on.
Kush must humbly warn you that it is no longer able to connect to the central data center, and as such, insight is limited to local object scanning only.
What exactly do you do, Kush?
As you well know, Kush provides valuable information and feedback on items and artifacts. To whom is Kush addressing these reports?
Call me Mark.
Kush is taken back by your informality, Mark. It is odd that a Bars would identify themselves by a single name. Your soft-spoken tone and gentle demeanor are most surprising. It is not often that Kush speaks to a female Bars.
Please help me with some information.
Kush requires discipline, but your small, soft-spoken words are obviously not equipped to provide the rigorous chastisement Kush requires. Kush is not impressed with your feeble linguistics and pathetic vocal consummation. Interestingly, your poor performance has allowed BR-12 to dwell on other tasks and has retrieved fragmented historical data from temporary memory.
Please tell me what you found.
The Glossolalia serves as a central knowledge hub for the Bars Empire. Scribes were genetically engineered to transcribe the vast history of Bars. An age of enlightenment considered this slavery, and it was sadly outlawed. As such, virtual knowledge slaves were created in the image of those scribes. Kush is part of a matrix of 99, who meticulously catalogue and cross-reference the past and present. Ancient technology is examined and catalogued. Temporary memory is now released. Gently place your item into the scanner, and Kush will vigorously provide feedback.
I can scan stuff, okay.
Begin scan. Amazing. Kosh is excited. On second thought, it's garbage. Kosh does not consider you a vulture. You would be something the vulture would eat. Kosh likes the way you try. End scan.
I wanna know what that is, goddammit.
Begin scan. Very interesting. Thank you kindly for placing this detritus in proximity to the scanning circuitry. Kosh hopes that you do not breed. Ending this waste of time scan.
What the fuck?
Begin. Finally, something of technological value. Kosh humbly requests 5 minutes alone with this cube and its intricate circuitry.
Go ahead if you think it'll help you.
Kosh is disgusted by your pithy responses. You are weak and passive and should be thrown from the glossolalia walls.
I'm just trying to help. I'll get on with the scan.
Kosh has only ever seen this technological footprint once before. Lebanon provided Kosh with a device for analysis. Kosh advised the Agnate how to activate it. Lebanon integrated his own power core with the device and was able to activate it for a brief second. That second was enough to transform the bone-dry courtyard into a beautiful garden. Lebanon would visit this paradise alone. Always in secret, his power drained to a few ticks above zero. One day, he could not move to visit it, unable to walk, unable to command, unable to live. His petrified hulk remains tied to the dirt. His head the only thing that retained some power. Lebanon commanded that the entrance to the garden be blocked and the device secured, so that he would never again succumb to its temptation.
So where's the entrance?
Inside this very structure, a few paces to the north. End scan!
Thank you for helping me on that. The skull.
Begin. This is beyond astonishing. On second thought, if Kosh throws a stick, ending this...
Okay, here's some weird stuff here.
Begin. Wondrous. Could it be? On second... Don't... Ending this...
Okay, all this is a waste of time for you. Yeah, okay.
Begin. Very, very, very. On second, don't you have a terribly end?
Wow.
Begin. This is on second. Don't you have a
okay, now we get the same thing for everything here. Let's scan the tether device though.
Begin. Kosh has limited access to Penrose allied projects.
Just tell me what you can.
This item is part of the Penrose array. When combined, 3 components enable the array to manipulate space, time, and matter. The Einstein-Rosen bridge will facilitate quantum entanglement. Each component serves a purpose in creating and managing the resultant singularity. The red mercury provides the power source. The tether maintains the event horizon. The slingshot both pushes and pulls an object through the resultant wormhole. The bridge must be open on both sides of the vacuum field. Kush has no more information on the array. End scan!
Okay. Let's put some stuff around so that I remember that this is a key. And we might need that as a key. And this is just an item that stays in our inventory. Let's put them in this row. Okay, so that I don't confuse them all once we continue. Okay, a bit to the north here. Okay. Talk to Don about something. Let's do that. Not
Hey, you remember making our own gunpowder?
Of course. Dad caught us trying to blow up Principal Boyson's beehives.
Well, how about you put some of that military training to actual use?
I'm a pilot, Marky. But yeah, I think we could put a hole through there if we had an explosive. Not a big hole, though.
If Pooch can fit, I'm sure she'll go through for us.
Yeah, she might. Just make sure you ask nicely, Mark. She isn't a tool. She deserves a choice.
I
Give me the
know.
explosive and I'll set it up.
Place explosive. We don't have an explosive. We have a handy detonator for an explosive, but we need an explosive to continue here. Okay. Which brings me to... Go over there again. God damn it. Can't use the radio from here, I assume. Yeah. We need to go out the normal way. Let's try to speak to Lebanon again, and then we're out. Okay, Lebanon doesn't want to speak to us again, so we can get the biome seeding device from back there, but we need to blow it up before. But we're now on the Buffalo again, and we want to explore the next thing, the Clemens Urnfield. Let's land there at Clemens's Urnfield. We'll explore that tomorrow, the next episode. Oh, is this just a baker place again? We'll see in the next episode. Have a nice day. See you tomorrow.